We have Michigan football grades following the 29-7 win Saturday night versus Indiana. Before we get into the show, I'm using this opportunity, I've got your attention, to ask you to subscribe to the channel. We are only 56 subscribers away from 16,000. We are catching up on all the Michigan channels. One channel has been ahead of us this whole season. We're about to catch them. So help us out. If you watch the video, if you don't like it, either unsubscribe or don't subscribe at all. Never watch it again. But if you haven't subscribed yet and you do like what you see, please make sure to subscribe and send us a friend, youtube.com/MichiganTV. We are going to grade the coaching staff, the offense, the defense, and the special teams after Saturday night's win versus Indiana. It's all coming up in the Michigan Football Report from Chat Sports right now. The 8-1 Wolverines, well, we're heading to Penn State in 5 days. Going to be a noon game. Michigan's had to go there for night games in 2017, 2019, I believe it was too. Hell, maybe 2015 now that I think about it. But at least the last two in losing efforts. 2015, they got that win under Jim Harbaugh in his first season. But let me start with the coaching staff here on my Michigan football grades with one, Jim Harbaugh. I'm going to give him a B-. Michigan got the job done against Indiana. He didn't lose the Indiana like he did last year, the first Michigan coach to do so in, 35 years, right? Since 1986, 1987 actually it was, Bo Schembechler. So I give him a B-, but I want you guys to give me your grade for Jim Harbaugh. Not the whole team, everything's going on. Just him as a head coach. Give me your grade for Harbaugh versus Indiana on Saturday night. A, B, C, D, or F. My grade was a B- for Jim Harbaugh. Let me know what your grade is down below in the comments. And hell, if you give him an A or anything less than like a C-, I'd like to know why. What do you see so drastically different than me? Now we've got offensive coordinator Josh Gattis, and I'm giving him a C. I think Josh Gattis has had moments of success as Michigan's offensive coordinator. Saturday night was not one of them, at least from anything to brag about. It was a very average performance from him. That's what C is. It's supposed to be the average. 223 yards passing, 188 rushing. Had to go to Luke Schoonmaker to get into the end zone when it came to the passing game in the red zone. 411 yards of offense and 29 points for Josh Gattis' squad. I'm giving him a C. I think this is his last 3 games in Ann Arbor, or at least as Michigan's offensive coordinator from a regular season perspective, are coming up this Saturday, next week versus Maryland, or at Maryland, and then Ohio State on November 27th. Mike Macdonald, though, is getting an A. Outside that Michigan State game, he's got a B or higher for me every single game this season so far. His defense performed well. They held Michigan State to around 200 yards of total offense and didn't really get any scares at all throughout this entire game on Saturday night. So I'm giving him an A-. We'll go through the offense and then the defense and special teams coming up. But want to remind you guys, if you want to get going on Monday Night Football tonight, want to bet Michigan Penn State coming up this weekend, college football, into the bowl season, into the NFL playoffs. Do it with our sportsbook partner, BetUS, chatsports.com/GoBlue. It's easy to use. It's easy to deposit. They've got live betting. They've got prop betting. If you want to bet on how many yards Cade McNamara is going to throw on your local NFL quarterback, you can bet on things during the game. It is awesome. BetUS. Use the promo code GoBlue, chatsports.com/GoBlue. You get a 125% deposit bonus. You put in 100, an extra 125, 200, an extra 250, and on, up to $500, where you can still get the bonus for $600 of deposit bonus. Chatsports.com/GoBlue. Cade McNamara, I'm giving him a C grade after the performance against Indiana. He didn't do anything special, didn't have any mistakes, but really was just very, very mediocre. 10 of 18, 55.5% completion percentage, 168, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Folks, this Gade is Cade and Gattis. Gade, right? This Gattis-Cade combo, it's brutal. It's not like they're not losing, okay? So your expectations have to change, right? When Michigan wins games, you have to adjust your expectations sometimes, right? If this was a 4-4 team, I'd be like, what a game by those guys. But it's not. It's an 8-1 team that's competing for Michigan's best season right now under Jim Harbaugh. They've gone into the Ohio State game with 1 loss or less, just 1 loss, I guess, 2 times, both times ranked in the top 4. And so when you're getting there, you expect, can we beat these other teams? Can we get to the college football playoff? Can we win a conference championship? This combo, though, I don't know. But I do know about this guy, Hassan Haskins. I gave him an A grade for his performance Saturday night against Indiana. Blake Corum, He was hurt in the first quarter, only one rush for 4 yards, so Hassan Haskins had to carry the water, really, and carry this entire Michigan offense on his shoulders. 27 carries, 168, a touchdown, and he had one catch for 20 yards on the day against Indiana. But there's more to this offense to talk about, and that next position, I think the most disappointing position on this team is the wide receivers. We can go to the grades there. The wide receivers, folks, they are pretty brutal right now so far for this team. They don't exist in the red zone, and that's why you saw on the screen I'm giving them a C grade for this game. And maybe it could be worse, right? I mean, you had one receiver in Cornelius Johnson get 5 catches for 100 yards, but other than that, the offensive performance from the wide receiver position, this did not exist. I want to pull these up. A.J. Henning had 1 for 18. Roman Wilson had 1 for 6, 1 catch for 6. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was rushing, my bad. Hassan Haskins, so Andrew Anthony 1 for 16, Mike Sanderson 2 for 17, Roman Wilson 3 for 31, and Cornelius Johnson 5 catches for 108 yards. I'm giving the offensive or the wide receivers a C grade. Could be worse, could be better. Certainly should be a lot better if you expect to win some of these games coming up. Offensive line, A minus. All right. There were a couple of times, especially when J.J. McCarthy was in the game, I felt the offensive line didn't block as well. I don't want to make any insinuations there, but certainly blocked pretty good when Cade McNamara was in. I think he took a sack or 2, which is not the expectations. But with Blake Corum down, with Donovan Edwards not playing, with your starting tight end Eric Gall, I thought they did what job they needed to do to get the team in the red zone. 6 red zone trips for this offense, but only 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns on the day. Had to kick the field goal in most instances against Indiana on Saturday night. All right, Michigan heading to Penn State. Noon game, ABC on Saturday. If you'd love to beat Penn State, it's worked a few times this year, so let's not jinx it. Let's do it together. I'm going to like the video. You're going to like the video. It's going to give all the positive vibes to Michigan heading to Penn State. They're going to go in there just like 1997, just like 2006, just like several other years, and they're going to pound Penn State, beat the Nittany Lions, but it's only going to happen if we all like this video. Let's get 1,000, 1,500 likes in the video. I'll feel good about it. All right, do it, like the video, go blue. Tight ends, give them an A+, right? What more can you expect? The tight ends have been completely second-class citizens in a lot of ways for this offense outside of the last couple games. Luke Schoonmaker in place of Eric Gall, who had himself a career game last week with, I think, 10 catches, but Schoonmaker comes in with 3 catches for 21 yards, but 2 touchdowns. He was Cade McNamara's safety valve in the red zone and got the job done and scored those 2 touchdowns for Michigan's offense. And frankly, it wasn't the difference in the game, but it certainly would have been a more interesting game had Michigan had to settle for field goals in those 2 instances against Indiana, where in most other cases they did, but they did get a few touchdowns on the score versus the Nittany Lions. All right, let's talk, folks, about this defense and special teams. We'll just toss them all up on screen there and then kind of break it down from there. Aiden Hutchinson, David Ojabo in the defensive line, I'm giving them an A. And I think the question right now needs to be asked for this program, for this defensive line, is this the best defensive combination, the best defensive combo in program history ever? Right? Ojabo is now leading the Big Ten in sacks. Aiden Hutchinson every game is making an impacting, game-changing play. And Michigan, for as much as I can remember, Rashawn Gary, Chase Winovich, maybe. I think Chase Winovich held up his end of the bargain more than Gary did. I don't know about some of you old schoolers, but in the last 25 years or so, I think this is the best defensive end combo Michigan's had. Let me know down in the comments, if you can remember a better defensive end combo for this Michigan program throughout all of history. All right, keep it going here. Linebackers giving a B+ on the day. Nothing great, nothing terrible. I don't know anything to call home to mom about from the linebackers, no crazy plays or anything. But as a group, as a whole, they held Indiana to 195 yards of offense, 88 yards passing, 107 yards on the ground. And for all intents and purposes, the linebackers, the secondary, were just kind of trying to get this game over with in the second half. So I'll go ahead. Because they held them to 88 yards passing, I'm giving the secondary an A. There was one funny play in, I think, the fourth quarter where Indiana was trying to make a pass play on 3rd and long, and Vincent Gray just batted it down almost like as if he was disgusted that they'd even try to throw the ball at him that late in the game. Donovan McCulley, the freshman quarterback making a second start, had himself a night to not remember. 10 of 24, 41.5% completion percentage, only 88 yards passing. Got a little bit of action going on the ground. I think he had some 40 yards rushing on the day. What do you have? 14 carries, 37 yards on the day for him. But nothing he wants to remember. Hopefully his career for him has some more upside than what he did against Mike Macdonald and this Michigan football defense. Kickers and punters, well, it's the Jake Moody show, folks. We're all living in the Jake Moody show. And frankly, Michigan's punting game didn't really have to do a ton on Saturday night, but I'm giving them an A+. And then kickoffs, kick returners, there was a couple decent plays in there. Giving them a solid B. No kick returns for touchdowns, no punt returns for touchdowns. DJ Turner did have a punt return for 25 yards, and then Michigan's kick return, just one from Andrew Anthony for 21 yards. So I'm giving it a B. But what really matters right now this week is for Michigan to beat Penn State. You've got to do it. Embrace what happened at Nebraska. Embrace what happened at Wisconsin. Just take the atmosphere in. Pretend like you're playing a home game. Do what we've got to do. No yellow or white pants. Wear the blue pants. Take their colors away from them, hell, if you have to. Give the inverse of the classic Penn State uniforms. Go with the white jersey. Go with the blue pants. I'd love to see it because they'll be in their blue jerseys and white pants on Saturday. That's what I'm hoping for from this team. I'll recap Michigan's performance against Indiana one more time. We've got the grades. You know what happened if you watched the game. Michigan held Donovan McCulley, Chris Childers, Peyton Hendershot. Very minimal stats for that group. Cade McNamara was your quarterback. Hassan Haskins really led the way from a rushing perspective with Blake Corum out and Donovan Edwards not getting dressing at all due to injury. Cornelius Johnson, 5 catches of over 100 yards, and Luke Schoonmaker, 3 catches, 21 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Michigan Wolverines football team. We have got Michigan football news and rumors coming at you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Until then, go blue.